I will be honest with you, I haven't been back to court in a long time because I don't think I was heard on any level when I came to court the last time. I brought 4 sheets of paper in my hands and wrote in length what I had been through the last 4 months before I came there. The people who did that to me should not be able to walk away so easily. I'll recap. I was on tour in 2018. I was forced to do. My management said if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney.
I hate to interrupt you, but my court reporter is taking down what you're saying.
Okay.
And so you have to speak a little more slowly.
Of course, yes. Okay,
and
I apologize. Great.
Of everything you're saying.
Okay.
Now,
the people who did this to me should not get away and be able to walk away so easily. Recap. I was on tour in 2018. I was forced to do. My management said if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney, and by contract, my own management could sue me if I didn't follow through with the tour. He handed me a sheet of paper as I got off the stage in Vegas and said I had to sign it. It was very threatening and scary, and with the conservatorship, I couldn't even get my own attorney, so out of fear, I went ahead and I did the tour. When I came off that tour, a new show in Las Vegas was supposed to take place. I started rehearsing early, but it was hard because I'd been doing Vegas for 4 years and I needed a break in between. But no, I was told this is the timeline and this is how it's going to go. I rehearsed 4 to 4 days a week. Half of the time in the studio and half of the other time in a Westlake studio. I was basically directing most of the show with my whereabouts, where I preferred to rehearse and actually did most of the choreography, meaning I taught my dancers my new choreography myself. I take everything I do very seriously. There's tons of video with me at rehearsals. I wasn't good. I was great. I led a room of 16 new dancers in rehearsals. It's funny to hear my manager's side of the story. They all said I wasn't participating in rehearsals and I never agreed to take my medication, which my medication is only taken in the mornings, never at rehearsal. They don't even see me. So why are they even claiming that? When I said no to one dance move into rehearsals, it was as if I planted a huge bomb somewhere. And I said, no, I don't want to do it this way. After that, my management, my dancers, and my assistant of the new people that were supposed to do the new show all went into a room, shut the door, and didn't come out for at least 45 minutes. Ma'am, I'm not here to be anyone's slave. I can say no to a dance move. I was told by my, at the time, therapist, Dr. Benson, who died, that my manager called him in that moment and told him I wasn't cooperating or following the guidelines in rehearsals. And he also said I wasn't taking my medication, which is so dumb because I've had the same lady every morning for the past 8 years give me my same medication, and I'm nowhere near these stupid people. It made no sense at all. There was a week period where they were nice to me and they said, I don't want to do, and I told them I don't want to do the, they were nice to me. They said, if I don't want to do the new Vegas show, I don't have to, because I was getting really nervous. I said, I can wait. It was like, they told me I could wait. It was like lifting literally 200 pounds off of me when they said I don't have to do the show anymore, because I was really, really hard on myself and it was too much. I couldn't take it anymore. So I remember telling my assistant, but you know what? I feel weird if I say no. I feel like they're going to come back and be mean to me or punish me or something. 3 days later, after I said no to Vegas, my therapist sat me down in a room and said he had a million phone calls about how I was not cooperating in rehearsals and I haven't been taking my medication. All of this was a false. He immediately the next day put me on lithium out of nowhere. He took me off my normal meds I've been on for 5 years. And lithium is a very, very strong and completely different medication compared to what I was used to. You can go mentally impaired if you take too much, if you stay on it longer than 5 months. But he put me on that and I felt drunk. I really couldn't even take up for myself. I couldn't even have a conversation with my mom or dad really about anything. I told them I was scared and my doctor had me on 6 different nurses with this new medication come to my home, stay with me, to monitor me on this new medication, which I never wanted to be on to begin with. There were 6 different nurses in my homes and they wouldn't let me get in my car to go anywhere for a month. Not only did my family not do a goddamn thing, my dad was all for it. Anything that happened to me had to be approved by my dad. And my dad he acted like he didn't know that I was told I had to be tested over the Christmas holidays before they sent me away when my kids went home to Louisiana. He was the one who approved all of it. My whole family did nothing. Over the 2-week holiday, a lady came into my home for 4 hours a day, sat me down and did a psych test on me. It took forever. But I was told I had to then, after that I got off, I was told I had to then, after I got a phone call from my dad saying, after I did the psych test with this lady, basically saying I'd failed the test or whatever. I'm sorry, Brittany, you have to listen to your doctors. They're planning to send you to a small home in Beverly Hills to do a small rehab program that we're going to make up for you. You're going to pay $60,000 a month for this. I cried on the phone for an hour and he loved every minute of it. The control he had over someone as powerful as me, as he loved the control to hurt his own daughter 100,000%, he loved it. I packed my bags and went to that place. I worked 7 days a week, no days off, which in California, the only similar thing to this is called sex trafficking, making anyone work against their will, taking all their possessions away, credit card, cash, phone, passport card, and placing them in a home where they work with the people who live with them. They all lived in the house with me, the nurses, the 24/7 security. There was one chef that came there and cooked for me daily during the weekdays. They watched me change every day naked, morning, noon, and night. my body. I had no privacy door for my room. I gave 8 gallons of blood a week. If I didn't do any of my meetings and work from 8 to 6 at night, which is 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, no days off, I wouldn't be able to see my kids or my boyfriend. I never had a say in my schedule. They always told me I had to do this. And ma'am, I will tell you, sitting in a chair 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, it ain't fun. And especially when you can't walk out the front door. And that's why I'm telling you this again 2 years later. After I've lied and told the whole world I'm okay and I'm happy, it's a lie. I thought maybe I said that enough. Maybe I might become happy because I've been in denial. I've been in shock. I am traumatized. You know, fake it till you make it. But now I'm telling you the truth, okay? I'm not happy. I can't sleep. I'm so angry, it's insane, and I'm depressed. I cry every day, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I don't think how the state of California can have all this written in the court documents from the time I showed up and do absolutely nothing, just hire with my money another person to keep my dad on board. Ma'am, my dad and anyone involved in this conservatorship and my management who played a huge role in punishing me when I said, no, ma'am, they should be in jail. They're cool tactics working for Miley Cyrus as she smokes on joints and stage at the VMAs. Nothing's ever done to this generation for doing wrong things. But my precious body, who's worked for my dad for the past fucking 13 years, trying to be so good and pretty, so perfect when he works me so hard, when I do everything I'm told in the state of California, allowed my ignorant father to take his own daughter, who only has a role with me if I work with him. They set back the whole course and allowed him to do that to me. That's giving these people I've worked for way too much control. They also threatened me and said if I don't go, then I have to go to court. And it will be more embarrassing me if the judge publicly makes go the evidence we have. You have to go. I was advised for my image, I need to go ahead and just go and get it over with. They said that to me. I don't even drink alcohol. I should drink alcohol, considering what they put my heart through. Also, the Bridges facility they sent me to, none of the kids, I was doing this program for 4 months. So the last 2 months I went to a Bridges facility. None of the kids there did the program. They never showed up for any of them. You didn't have to do anything if you didn't want to. How come they always made me go? How come I was always threatened by my dad and anybody that participated in this conservatorship? If I don't do this, what they tell me to enslave me to do, they're going to punish me. The last time I spoke to you by just keeping the conservatorship going and also keeping my dad in the loop made me feel like I was dead. Like I didn't matter. Like nothing had been done to me. Like you thought I was lying or something. I'm telling you again because I'm not lying. I want to feel heard. And I'm telling you this again so maybe you can understand the depth and the degree and the damage that they did to me back then. I want changes, and I want changes going forward. I deserve changes. I was told I have to sit down and be evaluated again if I want to end the conservatorship. Ma'am, I didn't know I could petition the conservatorship to end it. I'm sorry for my ignorance, but I honestly didn't know that. But I don't think I owe anyone to be evaluated. I've done more than enough. I don't feel like I should even be in a room with anyone to offend me by trying to question my capacity of intelligence, whether I need to be in this stupid conservatorship or not. I've done more than enough. I don't owe these people anything, especially me, the one that has roofed and fed tons of people on tour on the road. It's embarrassing and demoralizing what I've been through, and that's the main reason. I've never said it openly. And mainly I didn't want to say it openly because I honestly didn't think anyone would believe me. To be honest with you, the Paris Hilton story on what they did to her to that school, I didn't believe any of it. I'm sorry, I'm an outsider, and I'll just be honest. I didn't believe it. And maybe I'm wrong, and that's why I didn't want to say any of this to anybody, to the public, because I thought people would make fun of me or laugh at me and say, she's lying, she's got everything, she's Britney Spears. I'm not lying. I just want my life back, and it's been 13 years, and it's enough. It's been a long time since I've owned my money, and it's my wish and my dream for all of this to end without being tested. Again, it makes no sense whatsoever for the state of California to sit back and literally watch me with their own 2 eyes make a living for so many people and pay so many people trucks and buses on the road with me and be told I'm not good enough. But I'm great at what I do, and I allow these people to control what I do, ma'am, and it's enough. It makes no sense at all. Now, going forward, I'm not willing to meet or see anyone I've met with enough people against my will. I'm done. All I want is to own my money for this to end and my boyfriend to drive me in his fucking car. And I would honestly like to sue my family, to be totally honest with you. I also would like to be able to share my story with the world and what they did to me instead of it being a hush-hush secret to benefit all of them. I want to be able to be heard on what they did to me by making me keep this in for so long is not good for my heart. I've been so angry and I cry every day. It concerns me. I'm told I'm not allowed to expose the people who did this to me. For my sanity, I need you to the judge to prove me, do an interview where I can be heard on what they did to me. And actually, I have the right to use my voice and take that for myself. My attorney says I can't, it's not good. I can't let the public know anything they did to me. And by not saying anything, is saying it's okay. I don't know what I said here. It's not okay. I don't want to interview. I'd much rather just have an open call to you for the press to hear, which I didn't know today we're doing. So thank you. Instead of having an interview, honestly, I need that to get it off my heart, the anger and all of it that's been happening. It's not fair they're telling me lies about me openly. Even my family, they do interviews to anyone they want on news stations. My own family doing interviews and talking about the situation and making me feel so stupid, and I can't say one thing. And my own people say I can't say anything. It's been 2 years. I want a recorded call to you. Actually, we're doing this now, which I didn't know that we were doing this. To the public, and knows what they did to me. I told I know my lawyer Sam has been very scared for me to go forward because he's saying if I speak up, I'm being overworked in that facility of that rehab place. The rehab place will sue me. He told me I should keep it to myself. Really, I would personally like to. Actually, I know I've had grown with a personal relationship with Sam, my lawyer. I've been talking to him like 3 times a week now. We've kind of built a relationship, but I haven't really had the opportunity by my own self to actually handpick my own lawyer by myself. And I would like to be able to do that. I would like to also, the main reason why I'm here is because I want to end the conservatorship without having to be evaluated. I've done a lot of research, ma'am, and there's a lot of judges who do end conservatorships for people without them having to be evaluated all the time. The only times they don't is if a concerned family member says something's wrong with this person, and otherwise. And considering my family has lived off my conservatorship for 13 years, I won't be surprised if one of them has something to say and go forward and say, we don't think this should end. We have to help her, especially if I get my fair served in turning exposing what they did to me. Also, I want to speak to you about, at the moment, my obligations, which I personally don't think at the very moment I owe anybody anything. I have 3 meetings a week I have to attend no matter what. I just don't like feeling like I work for the people whom I pay. I don't like being told I have to no matter what, even if I'm sick. Jody, the conservator, says I have to see my coach Ken even when I'm sick. I would like to do 1 meeting a week with a therapist. I've never, even before they sent me to that place, had 2 therapy sessions. A therapy session and 1 therapy session with I have a doctor and then a therapy person. What I've been forced to.
Hey guys, it's Shelby. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in for another video. This video, I didn't think I was going to be sitting down to make this video tonight. I've had a really busy day. Got half of my makeup taken off. As you can see, I look kind of a mess right now. But I saw this stuff that was coming out about Britney Spears and her conservatorship, and I saw it earlier today when I was out and about, and I remember reading it and just being like, oh my God, this is awful. This is so awful. And then kind of like, because I was out, I was with people, just kind of being like, okay, put it away. You don't want to get like weird and stuff in front of people and emotional about stuff like around people. Then I was just kind of reading an article about it, okay? Later on tonight, I'm sitting at home. I get a phone call from Zach. Upset, like audibly upset, like every little thing is getting to him. He's upset, and he called to talk about the Britney thing. And I mean, he's upset. He's moved by it. He's very upset. And I was watching some videos made about it online, and I have to like agree. I'm really, really upset. I don't really quite have the exact words to say exactly like, you know, in some formal like way to say how I feel about this. I just don't. I don't have those words put together yet. I'm not sure if I ever will. I'm just not really that. When it comes to things I'm super passionate about, I don't really clearly speak them out. I'm always kind of like stumble over my words and don't really say the right thing, but I feel so bad for Britney. You guys, I'm going to insert some clips of the audio, and if you just listen to it, I'm going to try not to get like emotional in this because, I mean, the thing is, I'm a pretty empathetic person. I'm going to take off my makeup, the rest of it that's still on while I'm making this video, by the way. But I'm a pretty empathetic person. And when you hear an audio recording, like the one we heard tonight, that Britney made, that is a person that's clearly begging and pleading for help. And as someone, she is a prisoner in her own home. She has been kept as a prisoner, drugged up, told she can't extend her family and have a baby with her new man, told she can't drive around town with her man, drugged up, not having a voice, constantly being told no for years. And this is a woman who had a Vegas residency, who was putting out albums, who was not unfit to care for herself. And we were so blind for so long. And that is just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to look back at everything that's happened with her and to say, and I think the reason that maybe I get so, caught up in it is this was one of my idols, dude. This was one of my idols, and I went to her concerts when I was a kid. I remember actually, I was so distraught on the way to her concert when I was like a little girl. My mom and I had car issues, and we got stuck on like one of those tall overpasses that's like super high in the air and it's like one lane or whatever. Our car like stopped on one of those, and it was one of the scariest experiences of my life. I was like 10 or something, and I remember like we couldn't get to the Britney Spears concert, and my mom, I remember I threw a fit because I just really wanted to go to this Britney Spears concert, and I was so sad and threw such a big fit, and my mom just like did everything she possibly could to get us off that overpass and the car working till we could get to the Woodlands Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion to see Britney Spears. And I remember when we got there, I was just so happy that I only got to see like maybe the last third of the show, but I was just still so happy that we made it. And because I loved Britney when I was a little girl. I'm talking like elementary school, and I am tearing up in this, and so I hope you guys don't judge me, but I'm going to use this micellar water to take this lash glue off my face, and maybe that'll hide the tears. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a singer. I did choir all throughout high school and college and all that, and junior high, and actually everything. All of my schooling, I did choir and singing. When I was a little girl, I had this band when I was like in 3rd or 4th grade, and we would get a bunch of like supplies from the art supply store or whatever, and we'd make these huge banners as like backdrops for our stage, and like we'd like rehearse the numbers, and what we would do is we'd recreate like these pop songs that were coming out. And I was like 8 or 9 years old. This is like in the 90s, late 90s, and it was when like Britney Spears, like Baby One More Time just came out, like back in like 98, right? And I remember when the song came out, I loved it. I freaking loved it. And so I set up this huge like backdrop thing I made from a bunch of, like poster boards and stuff we got at the craft store or whatever. And me and my friend, we like learned the song, and we like learned the dance from the video, and like we did all these things, and then we like made flyers by hand, and we like put them on all of our neighbors' doors, and then we had this concert. We had this concert with a boom box and her CD. And where one of us ran over and pressed play, ran back, and we did the number while we were singing to Baby One More Time. And I remember that so vividly. And how I just looked up to this girl, like she was like my idol. And then grow up, and then she has like this Las Vegas residency. She has a perfume line. She has movies. She's been in TV shows. She's done all this stuff. And there was a time where she was kind of like breaking, right? And during the time that she was breaking, I was honestly a little too young to recognize why she was. And so I too was a part of that problem of you know, kind of like making fun of her and all those things, right? And just to see what happened from that, and the fact that I know that I'm just one little person, that my personal, you know, jokes and stuff about Britney Spears did not lead her into that conservatorship. They're not the ones who've kept her there, but just to know that I didn't recognize somebody when they needed help to begin, it makes me feel really, really shitty. And so, like, Britney, like, we're sorry. I'm so sorry, Britney. You know what I mean? I'm just so sorry. And I just feel so, so bad for her right now. And they called these Britney Spears, like, the Free Britney people for years. They called them crazy. You know, they called them crazy for thinking these things. Oh, you think that she's telling you stuff in her Instagram story? There's special messages. You're crazy. No, like, I truly do believe now that there were. She is a prisoner under this conservatorship that she does not need to be in. It's modern day slavery. It's captivity. It's abuse. And the effects that's going to have on her up here for the rest of her life, I don't understand how people could do that to another human. Her conservatorship is all this. Britney Spears is probably worth about she's probably, if she had everything she was worth, is probably one of the wealthiest people in the entire world. And because of everything that was taken from her, yeah, she still has an incredible amount of money that most people will never ever see in their lives. But they have taken so much from her, not just monetarily, but emotionally, physically. She looks like she just needs help. She talks like she needs help. I feel very Chris Crocker right now, like, leave Britney alone. I do feel that way right now when I'm making this video, but I'm sorry to Britney. And, like, I just really hope that this helps her, and that this situation can be something that ends up sparking change in the way that we address conservatorships in the United States, or the world even. I hope that it sparks change, and I hope that the outcome of whatever is happening with her is big enough to spark change in some sort of laws surrounding conservatorships, because she is very high profile, but who knows how many other people there are in the world that are dealing with this kind of a situation. We just don't know. And that's scary. And I'm going to be closely following this Britney situation. And I'll keep you updated on developments in it. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of come on and give my views on that, because this is just tragic. Tragic. You're getting 2 videos in 1 week of me crying. Oh my god. You guys, it's this heart. It's full of gold. It's made of gold. What is it? Heart of gold? And I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive, and I'm very empathic, and when I see good people hurting, it makes me hurt. So, Miss Kitty, I know it makes us hurt, right, Miss? It makes her hurt too. Anyway, that's it for today's video, you guys. It was a different kind of video, kind of a somber one, but we need to get the information out there about Britney, and we need to do what we can to continue to let her voice be heard and help her in any way that we can, even if it's just using what platforms we have to discuss what's going on with her and how it's wrong. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. Ring the bell so you're notified of all the future videos and all that. I'm not going to plug all my socials in this video and everything, but they will be linked down below if you want. Yeah, weird kind of way to end this video. I don't really know how to end it, but I love you, Brittany, and I'm sorry this is happening to you. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.